The story so far.
Before you know it, waves overwhelm the Viola.
I'm going to try and use the compass and the position of the mountain to roughly gauge where we are and where we would need to go to get to the other camp. Could I put in like a lovely freshwater oasis?
I just like spot something that Dave's missed.
As you are surveying the land, you miss your footing and you find yourself tumbling into a kind of a natural dip or pit. 1 year ago, 4 colleagues of yours were working aboard the cruise ship Prospero. When the ship sank, they were washed up on a remote island. The rain has initiated a mudslide.
Oh, no.
Climb a tree, climb a tree, climb a tree, climb a tree, climb a tree.
Life's a game, the world's a stage, and we're all merely players.
Strat, you become very pleased that you built your shelter partly off the ground.
Well done.
Yeah.
As the floor of the clearing becomes temporarily a rushing torrent of mud.
Oh, God.
Wow. Okay. That's not good.
So that's gone as far as us, because we're obviously not with them, are we?
Yeah.
So, which direction did they go in? They went towards where the mud's coming from, didn't they?
I think they did.
Yes. Shall we go and help them? Shall we run back to the shelter?
Well, we're in the shelter.
Oh, we're in the shelter. Oh, nice shelter.
It's up
Yes.
there, right? Look at this. I kind of made this bit like a bed.
Oh, it's really, really nice. Mud. Focus on mud. So, I shout out into the storm. Chris! Nat, are you okay?
You just about hear this over the raging wind.
The mud! The mud!
George!
Yes!
We found coconuts! That's the good news!
Yeah, I think I can guess the bad news.
Yeah?
Where are you?
Mud!
Where are you at the moment?
Mud! Do you need rescuing?
You in the mud?
Above the mud!
Well, the trees are really comfortable, but I don't know how long we can stay up here.
Don't think the rain's gonna hold up anytime soon.
No.
Make some buckets to catch water!
I've already been thinking about that, but I don't have any. Maybe in the future.
Maybe if we had empty coconuts.
Coconuts.
I am thinking of quite a nice drainage / water tub thing that I can build tomorrow, but
That sounds very exciting for tomorrow.
thank you.
You're catching about half of this, every other word.
Shall we go and help them?
I don't think...
Or are they... Are you going to be okay up there? Are you in any immediate danger?
You seem to be out of immediate danger as long as you can stay clung on up these trees. Nothing seems to be dislodging you. They don't seem to be in danger of being moved by the mud.
I think we're okay!
It's a bit cold and miserable, but I think we'll cope.
We'll see you in the morning then? How about if the rain stops earlier than the morning, you could come out and help? Or you could just come back!
But the
I'm old. I'm very badly stung. I'll stay awake as long as I can do and rush through the muddy storm, through the tempest, and come rescue you when the rain holds off. Make sure you wear your tap shoes. You'll get muddy feet otherwise. I ignore that.
After it seems like a very long time to the two of you who are up these trees being lashed by the rain, but eventually the rain does stop while it's still nighttime. And the mudslide has washed a lot of the ground away, but it seems to have kind of gone through this area, and the ground below you, once the rain eases off, seems to be now still a bit slippery and treacherous, but not if you went down the trees, you wouldn't be chest deep in mud or anything.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Should we try and get some coconuts then?
I think we
before
should.
head home?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can get as many coconuts as you need.
All of them.
Yeah.
Carry
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
I think they're okay, Josh. Can you hear that?
I don't think I need to rescue them anymore.
So none of you get a very restful night. Josh and Strat worrying in the shelter, Nat and Starkey up their trees. But it's sort of the small hours of the morning. There is still the possibility of maybe a couple of hours sleep when Starkey and Nat make it back to the shelter, splattered with mud, but with armfuls of coconuts.
Would like getting some coconuts, some food and water combined. I think that probably make me feel a bit better about myself when you're saying that. Get a little bit of morale back, do you think?
No. Sorry. Somebody makes you a nice coconut cheesecake.
Pina colada.
Honey, some pineapple juice.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, we can definitely make a
Pineapple
cocktail.
grove or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Or trees,
We're
rather.
pretty close. Again,
I'd like a morning pina colada, please.
Achievement unlocked, pina colada.
So do you collapse to sleep in the shelter now that you're all back together, or is there anything else you'd like to do before the end of the night?
I want to get some
Sleep.
Definitely sleep.
Okay.
Do you not see that hole, Vix?
Obviously not.
Oh, that's really helpful.
Super helpful, Dave.
Right, we better get you out then.
Yeah. Can I hold one end of my stick and have Dave reach the other?
It's a bit deeper than that.
Oh my god, there's a big hole you've fallen in.
Damn.
Well, I'll just go back and get the others. And maybe we could use some of these lovely palm fronds to make a very strong rope for you.
No, great.
Back in a bit, Vix. Bye! And then go back down to the coast. Okay. So, old Vicky's got herself stuck in a hole again. Can you guys come and help?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Cool. What hole? Where?
I know,
Did you see
it's
it?
a really big hole.
The most important thing is whether she saw it or not.
And
Yeah.
she did not.
She didn't.
She did not.
How are we going to get around? Rope. Yeah, we got rope.
You can make rope out of bits of stripped bark.
Stripped
She
bark.
says knowledgeably.
We could tie all of our trousers together.
That would
Would that be
work
long
also.
enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tie bits of...
in our pants.
And everything just rips.
Yeah, you can tie bits of
wet.
clothing together.
There we go.
Yeah, wet clothes don't break.
Yeah. Piss shirt, Ben Buzz.
Fish at Ben Bars.
Sorry, what?
I didn't. Was that English? Piss shit.
It's from the greatest film ever made, Shanghai Noon.
Right.
So if you make material wet, it makes it much stronger.
Okay.
So you can then, well, in the film, I don't know if this is true, you
It
can then
better be.
bend iron bars with it by wrapping it around the bars and tying it up with a bit of wood. Because it
And then
pulls
twisting
them
it.
in, 'cause it doesn't break.
I'm trying this at the workshop.
It is
So-
how
on
Jackie
Monday.
Chan gets out of the
of jail.
prison in Shanghai Noon.
Definitely trying that. We'll report back.
If there's one film I was expecting references to,
You never saw that one
I
coming.
never saw that one coming.
And Owen Wilson says the greatest line, you said wet shirt, no break, not piss shirt, Ben Bars. Brilliant. So, we're going to
Anyway.
get our trousers wet, tie them together, and try and pull Vicki out of a hole.
Okay.
That's the plan.
And we will.
Well, we can just wander into the sea.
Yeah. We don't need to wee on our clothes.
No.
Will you just take your clothes?
Can we take the trousers off?
Yeah, and
before?
then-
It's like taking off wet trousers. This is really not nice.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just
Vicky, what is your reaction as they lower this wet trouser rope
not
down
this.
to you?
I think I just look at Dave and go, Shanghai Noon. And he goes, yeah. Inspired.
So, I think Vicky needs to roll resolve
Yeah.
to climb up these trousers.
So I think my hangry and my element of when the group is together are cancelling each other out.
Sure.
So I'm just no plus anything at this point.
Here we go.
Oh, that's a whole 5.
no, my trousers.
I mean, I guess we'll try and help.
Sure, yeah.
Don't do that. Do it the different way.
Yeah, you do this thing with your feet.
Try hard, and I'll inspire you with an inspiring speech. I'm going to say, Vix, you've got this. I've seen you climb. I've never seen you climb anything, but this is the time for you to show us your climbing skills.
Just by inspiring speech, not by like pulling or anything. No,
She's got to do it herself.
Otherwise I won't learn.
I've got an image of me holding the other end of the trousers, just being like,
And also Dave's just standing off to the side giving a speech while you and Ellen are
yeah,
like...
like, following out, just being
Like shivering slightly in our pants, just like.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 morale, so I'm
Yes.
doing great here. There you go, 10.
Yes.
What a speech!
What a speech.
I
what a
really
speech,
feel
what a
inspired.
speech.
Yeah. So that takes you from a failure to a mixed success, which means either you can do it, you can climb out of the pit, but it'll cost you time, resources, or morale,
Yeah.
or you don't climb out of the pit, you'll have to find a different way.
No, I think I'm going to climb out of the pit, and it's going to cost time, resources, or morale.
Okay, which one?
I'll take a morale hit.
It was,
I really
it was
don't
quite
wanna-
degrading.
Yeah. I think I'm just like a bit embarrassed and probably a bit battered and bruised,
Yeah.
and now super tired as well. And I was already hungry and thirsty.
Yeah.
So
On top of this, you're confronted by your friends in just their pants.
Yeah.
And if that isn't going to crush your morale, I don't know what will.
I think that's quite inspirational that you guys would take off your trousers for me.
I feel like my morale is now at 0.
No, that's your dignity.
Dignity. Do
Different
we have a
stat.
dignity
No.
chart? No.
I think in a survival situation, dignity does not remain intact, and therefore
Fair.
is irrelevant.
So,
You've
yeah.
already pissed outside. Come on now.
Yeah.
The hunger is actually starting to make itself felt now,
Yeah.
and so this is a climb that you feel like you should have been able to do, but your body is weak from lack of food, and that makes it difficult. And when you get out at the top of the pit, Vikki, your arms are burning, and you are a little battered and bruised from your tumble in, but you are all back together, and you haven't lost too much time. So what do you do now?
Put your trousers back on.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put my trousers around my neck so they dry in the sunshine as we walk.
Oh, good
But I'm
idea.
going to walk bare-legged because I don't want to put wet trousers on. That sounds horrible.
I'm going to put my trousers on.
Me too. There's a lot of bitey, stingy, scratchy things.
Yeah.
I imagine.
A joke will be on you when you've chafed yourself.
Dave really hates chafing.
Okay.
And also, I get nibbled by all of the beasties, so Dave will be fine.
So should we head this? There's a lovely lake we can go and have a drink out of. Should we head towards the lovely lake?
Great. Maybe there'll be something we can eat there too.
Oh, yes.
Then we can fill up our water bowl.
Yeah.
Cup. Yes. No, it is a bowl. I just like the word cup. Please carry on.
The palm forest turns into grassland, and as you emerge from the trees, you can see that there is indeed a lovely lake.
Yeah.
It's so lovely.
So lovely.
Surprisingly lovely.
A lovely lake.
Despite the grey skies and that it's reflecting sort of grey rather than a nice tropical blue, it is still lovely.
Okay.
What are you looking for here? You talked about water, but you sort of already have a way of gathering that, so it makes sense maybe if you're looking for food here.
Yeah.
Some lovely
I think I might have a
fishies.
wash as well, because I'm probably a bit muddy and dusty.
Yeah. Oh,
If
you can
it's
do
safe.
that.
Yeah.
Bathe wounds.
Have a
Maybe-
little wash, a little freshen up.
And I look for some fishy fish.
Yeah, take a look, see if there's any fish.
Any
And maybe
berries?
also, I was going to say anything in the trees that might be edible.
Okay.
There's water, there might be trees that are growing something.
So we're having a little explore then.
Yeah, so you're exploring this grassland freshwater lake in search of food, and we'll decide exactly what that food looks like once we've rolled. Dave, it makes sense if you roll this because you have a +1 to exploring this
So I
area.
know this area very well.
Yeah,
Great.
I thought
it's
all about it.
exactly as you expected. So roll instinct.
Perfect.
with a
My
+1.
instincts are very strong, so I've got +3 on this, which is lucky because I only rolled 4, so that is 7.
Good grief.
All right.
Oh boy.
Either you find food, and I'm going to tell you there's some danger in the way, or you find a mystery but no food.
That's a lot of pressure for me to make this decision. But I think.
Others can input.
Do you think we should get some food, or should we have some mystery?
Food plus danger.
Food plus danger.
I mean, someone else can also look for
for the
food
food.
if
Yeah.
you really want to do the mystery. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's
Yeah, let's have a mystery.
Yeah. Let's have it. I'll take a mystery, please.
Carol?
You approach the lovely lake, Dave. Looking in the lovely lake, looking for some flashing fishies or something tasty. And you do see something glittering beneath the water. You see something that at first you think maybe fish scales, but it's actually something metallic and not far. It actually looks like this lake is fairly shallow. It's maybe sort of 2 or 3 people's height at its deepest, and somewhere kind of in the middle of the lake, you can see distorted through the clear water a kind of blocky shape, which is shiny and metallic in places, and in other places brown.
My favourite.
And it doesn't look natural. It looks like
A helicopter.
A bit of something.
You don't know. It's about the size of a shipping container.
Oh.
kind of size, maybe a little bigger.
Oh yeah, it's big. Okay.
And it's sitting at the centre, at the bottom of this lake.
What shape is the lake? Is it?
It's the shape you drew.
The shape I drew, which
So
is
it's
nearly
roughly
a
sort
circle.
of eggy shaped.
Eggy shaped.
Yeah.
Eggy shaped lake with a shiny crate in the bottom of it. And I'm going to call the others over and say, guys, can you see this as well?
Yeah. Yeah,
You
we
can
can.
see
Yeah.
You can see the shiny good down there. Should we try and get the shiny good?
I think that's... Shall we see if we can find some food first and then look at the shiny good?
Energy. It's good.
Yeah.
Some energy
Like it's,
before we
I
swim.
would be up for a swim.
I might get a cramp though.
That's a
That's a myth. That's a myth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should know that. Outdoorsy person.
Yeah. No, he doesn't know swimming though.
Oh, fair enough.
You don't swim outdoors. So who's going to look for food? Because I did a very bad... Well, I found this lovely shiny box.
Yeah. Do we think there's any wildlife in the lake? Are we seeing anything? I just want to see if there's any like dangers as well in terms of like any kind of...
That'll come out of the roll.
Yeah, okay, right. Fine. Can we roll to see if we can like find some...
Mangoes.
Yeah, we just want some fruit or something we can eat right away, really, right?
Yeah, you're looking for food.
Yeah.
So somebody roll instinct, and depending on how you roll, we'll work out what that food might be.
Go on, Alex.
I'll go with that.
Great.
That's fine. That's a 6. That's a fail. Does anyone want to help me?
I would, but my instinct is terrible.
So mine's also...
it'd be your
Mine's
morale.
0.
Oh, it's my morale. Oh, that's a 1.
I'm
for
on
me.
2. So
Okay, you roll and help.
Okay.
How are you helping Alex find food?
I'm giving him a boost up.
Hey.
Literally.
Make me taller, woman.
Yes. You're on my shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm being butch. And you can see more trees.
Yeah.
Oh, massive!
All right, you're boosted up to a mixed success.
And now we had the same problem that I had, which was either we get food and it's dangerous, or there's more mystery.
Yep.
It's going to have to be some dangerous food, please.
Okie dokie. So, what food do you find? First of all, what can you see? Are you still looking up the trees?
Yeah,
Or do you
bananas.
See? Nice.
Solid.
Protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find a grove of banana trees growing at the edge of the lake.
Lovely job.
I don't know if that's where banana trees grow.
Yeah, they're like palm trees.
Yeah.
But the banana trees seem to also be wrapped with vines that have kind of really nasty looking kind of green and purple patterning on them that suggests to you that they're probably not good to touch.
Okay.
I got a big stick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try and smack them out.
Yeah, I'm going to try and knock some down off the tree. So maybe I'm going to like sit on Alex's shoulders and try and like...
Yeah.
Am I still on...
on my shoulders. Yes, why not?
I am.
Yeah. We're a human tower. I don't know. Right, okay, so
Great.
I'm just going to try and knock
So
them down.
this is intellect.
Okay, +1 for groups together, -1 for being hungry. God, so many things are happening to me right now. 9, 10.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you actually manage to you avoid the danger, and you take +1 for any further attempts to avoid or defend yourself against it.
Cool. So I can go get some more bananas.
Yeah, you've got the measure of like where these vines are now, and like you actually find that there are like patches that you can touch safely.
Nice. Got
So
some vine knowledge.
So you're better at avoiding this kind of danger in the future, and you have food.
Amazing.
Glorious food.
Go bananas, everyone.
Yum, 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 yum.
I love bananas as well, and I bet they taste really good because they're like fresh and delicious. So we just
And
pick them.
they're portable. I come in little jackets.
Exactly. Packed full of energy.
Amazing, right?
Great.
Potassium.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Days.
Let's not eat too much of them.
No.
It's going to make us very ill.
Yeah.
And we've got water as well, because we've got the fresh
Yeah.
water lake, so we'll have a lovely meal.
Yeah.
And all
And
feel
bananas
very
It's
water.
around this kind of time that Alex's prediction comes to pass, and it starts to drizzle. So the cup starts to fill up as well.
Definitely not a cup. I don't know why I was so pretentious.
The water backpack.
Yeah, set that up, nice propped up, so it's just doing its business while we're...
And we're
Bananas.
going for a swim.
dip.
Welcome one and all to Merely Role Players, where theatrical people play role-playing games. I'm Matt, your compere for this performance of Prospero and Viola Act 5. Let's tear ourselves away from the action for a moment to see what's in the programme this time. Submissions are now open for Season 2 of the Ragged Scratch podcast, the audiodrama new writing showcase run by Nat of the Prospero. I had a great experience with the piece I submitted for Season 1, so if you're on the fence about putting yourself forward, I can strongly recommend that you do give it a go. There are details of how to submit scripts and how to get involved as an actor or a director at nataliewinter.co.uk/raggedfoils. Also, Ragged Foils Productions now has a Patreon, so if you want to help the project hire good quality recording space and pay the talent their expenses, head to patreon.com/raggedfoils. By the next time I talk to you, we'll have a new government here in the UK. This was already a season of two halves, so it's funny that there's this potentially huge change coming right at the halfway point of the story. I really hope this election doesn't also split the country down the middle, which is what seems to happen every time we've been to the polls in the past few years. I hope we elect ourselves a kinder executive this time, one that can acknowledge all the intersecting crises we're going through and work to do something about them instead of pretending they don't exist or shaming people for being affected by them. Not to put too fine a point on it, I hope we send the bloody Tories absolutely packing. If you're in the UK, I hope you'll join me in voting for whoever has the best chance of dismantling Johnson's majority and chucking him out of Downing Street, preferably all the way into the sea. Finally, before we rejoin the crew of the Prospero, if you're listening to this because I gave you a card at Dragonmeet on Saturday, welcome! I hope you're enjoying the production. In just the couple of years I've been going to Dragonmeet, I've seen the podcasting side of tabletop gaming grow massively. It's not a fringe part of the convention anymore. Here's a shout out to one of the shows from this year's biggest ever Dragonmeet podcast zone. It's Modified Roll.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play Ulreus on Modified Rule, a passably adequate Dungeons & Dragons 5th Ed actual play podcast based in the UK. We like to focus on collaborative storytelling and just having a bit of a laugh. The game is set in a homebrew world created by our talented DM Liam. This allows us to bring you an authentic D&D experience where we, as players, do things like ignore plot hooks, visit taverns, fight monsters, visit taverns, run from monsters, visit taverns, visit more taverns. Okay, seriously, exactly how many times do we visit a tavern? What? Seriously? Oh, okay, whatever. Modified Rule. We spend a lot of time in taverns. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
You're woken up earlier than you would like, given when you got to sleep, by the unfamiliar bird calls, the tropical sunlight filtering through the fetching leaf curtains that Strat's built. You have a store of coconuts that will do you for food and water for at least some time. Mm-hmm. You have a functional shelter.
Mm-hmm. You got honey?
You have a bunch of honeycomb. Mm-hmm. You have a structure with a non-functioning radio in it, and you have a largely unexplored island. What would you all like to do today?
I want to make sure that we've kind of treated any kind of residual cuts and scratches and stuff either by putting a little bit of rum on them or a little bit of honey on them to make sure we're not going to get survive snakes and floods and stuff but die from an infection.
Yes.
That's not the way to go.
Yeah. Okay, would you like to roll to see if you can boost Starkey's morale through this action?
Heal me, Natalie.
So you're rolling +2.
Motherfucking.
Why am I the magic?
Can we help with this roll?
Yep, I don't see why not. Everyone tends to Starkey. Who'd like to help?
Tend me. I
So
lie, I recline.
So it's also plus morale to help.
Yeah, okay.
So just for the people listening at home, I rolled a 4 + 2 for my morale, so it's still a failure.
Yeah, so if you can get it up to a mixed success, then Starkey will get his 1 morale.
Okay, so while you're doing that, I just want to distract him from whatever pain and stuff just by talking about, his lounge act. I've always, we never really had much of a chance to talk about it, but I always thought you and Clive were wonderful. And you're going to see him again. We're going to get off this island, and I'm going to tell him all about how you heroically found us honey and how you sung at those snakes.
Yes.
And he's just going to be the proudest husband in the world.
He will be.
We're going to get out of this.
Yes, you're right. You will.
Yeah, let's hope you believe me. Oh, dropped it. That is a 10. That's 10. I rolled an 8 plus 2 morale.
Fantastic. Nat, you get +2 to your help,
Yeah.
taking you to an 8.
Yeah.
Starkey, you get one morale back.
Oh, thank you, team. Back in the game.
Cool. What a lovely scene.
Yes, that's a little tear goes down my... I'm coming, Clive. I'm coming. I'll save you, Clive.
There are things that I would like to do, like prep stuff to try and give us a little bit more of a base of operations, because I think next step is getting a sort of a more of an idea of what's around and maybe trying to salvage some stuff from the boat to try and find a way of getting off here. But the thing I would like to do is, if there's going to be these sudden rain downpours, I would like to create a way of collecting that water. And also, now we have coconuts, but now we're getting into them without smashing on the stuff and therefore losing the water inside. I would like to use some of the metal from the ship and wrap a vine around it to fashion some sort of like very basic machete that I can use to chop the top off and also help us get through any thick kind of foliage, like just a general
utility.
tool. Have some sort of tool that can be of use.
Yeah.
So those are things that I am wanting to do, and then I feel like we're in a little bit of a better situation here in the camp.
Okay, I think machete is easy enough to make that you can just do that.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much.
Wrap a bit of rusty metal with a bit of vine.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it's serviceable.
Yeah, that's all I'm after.
Nice.
Something I can chop the tops
Yeah, it might take a few hacks. Like, it's not the sharpest.
Yeah.
But it's robust enough.
Yeah, I just want to be able to make a hole that we can pour water out of.
Because I think the more interesting thing to roll for is your water collection system.
Yeah.
I'm interested to know how you're going to do that. Let's just line up. Is there anything else other people are going to be wanting to do?
I'm going to have a look at this radio I've heard all about.
Cool.
Yeah. Similarly, I'd probably want to prepare like a couple of sharpened sticks. I mean, I have no engineering knowledge whatsoever, but like theoretically, if there's enough stuff to do like vine plus stick to try and make a bow and arrow,
Nice.
Tomb Raider style.
Have you still got your tap shoes? Are you wearing your tap shoes? Are they off?
I'm not wearing them. I'm not in the vicinity of the shelter at the moment, but I've left them in the shelter.
Okay. We could take the taps off his shoes and sharpen them, make some spearheads.
Flint spearheads, yeah. Like it.
Yeah, bow and arrow is definitely complicated enough that you'll have to roll to make it.
Yeah.
So, Josh, what are you off doing?
Well, I was thinking weaponry as well, but I wanted to do something a little simpler. I was going to try and make a catapult.
Ooh.
Out of wood. I'm going to try and take the elastic off of the waistband of my trousers to form the pulling back device, and then find a collection of rocks which I will put in my pockets or around myself.
Right, let's do the simple constructions first. So, Nat and Josh, can you both roll intellect? See if you can build some basic items.
So that's 11 for me.
Nice. And an 8 for me.
Okay, Josh, choose one. Nat, you take both. It'll work straight away, and it'll work reliably.
It will work reliably.
Okay, so it's not gonna. It's going to be maybe a couple of scenes before you can. Maybe you're missing a key thing. You don't quite have enough suitable rocks, or you're missing something to fasten the elastic to the stick, or maybe you're missing the specific shaped stick that you need.
I
so
go through prototypes first.
Yeah, you're able to make it, but it's not going to work right this second. Whereas Nat,
It's a 10, sorry, not an 11. I can't count.
That's
but
still-
it's still success.
yeah, it will work straight away and reliably.
Great. Is that both my pointy stick and a bow and arrow?
Pointy stick, I don't think you need to roll for.
Okay,
I think
great.
pointy stick is easy enough to make.
Isn't it?
So, Strat, talk me through this water collection system. What
So-
you're building it out of.
With my newfound machete, newly created machete, I would like to have a little bit of look around and see if I can find... What I'd like to do is like those big, thick, hollow bamboo and slice them like lengthways to create some guttering, and then hang that with vines to collect water down into a receptacle. So I was hoping just to find again like all the metal like drums or something on the boat that could like are big enough and decent enough to collect some water and line it with palm fronds and stuff to try and keep the water a bit cleaner.
Okay, there aren't any drums or anything like that on the steamer.
Sure.
There's no real objects on the steamer.
Yep.
It's basically
I meant more like getting like just fashion, like finding a bit of metal that might hold it, or
so you won't be collecting the water in drums. You'll be collecting the water in like big leaves.
Oh, okay,
You'll collect in a big palm leaf kind of deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
All right. Roll intellect, please.
9. Is this? No, I'm not using salvage, am I? I'm
Unfortunately
using
not.
So it is a 9. It's a 9.
Can I try to help in any way?
Tell me how you would like to help.
I'd like to sing a little inspiring song. As I just to sing, you sort of hear me up in the top looking at the radio, sort of singing, "Whistle while you work," and you sort of go, "Oh yeah, whistle while you work." So you go a little bit of inspiration just in the back of your head.
Some small colourful finches come and land near you, around you.
That's it. So +2, yeah? So morale?
Plus your current morale.
Nice. That is 9, 11.
Yeah, so Strat take +2.
Awesome. So that takes me up to a 10.
Okay.
No, to 11.
Yeah, it'll work reliably and straight away.
Excellent.
There we go.
Got some water, guys.
As long as it
Or as
rains.
long as it rains.
Yeah, next time it rains, you're going to get a decent collection.
Sweet.
But at the very least, we can break our coconuts over it and preserve the water from the coconuts.
Yes, we could also do that. And then, so I will then chop up and put the water in my leaf and then start chopping up some coconut for everyone and hand it out for some breakfast. Coconut for breakfast. Nice.
Yum yum. Hope you like coconut.
I'm allergic to coconuts.
So you manage a breakfast of coconut flesh and coconut water and honeycomb.
That sounds actually pretty nice.
Really good. Weirdly luxurious.
Yeah, right.
It's like an M&S breakfast yogurt. Yeah.
This isn't just any island coconut.
Starkey, you were looking at the radio.
Yeah.
I think you can get an idea of what it would need.
I think one of my first jobs was singing on a little one of those little steamboats up and down the Rhine. You know, they're sort of like these sort of fake little steamboats, and I've got sort of a little inkling in the back of my head about where the power comes from for these things, and that the turbines have to be turning for at least something to be running, whether that's just to keep the engine running or the full power. I have I seem to remember Clive telling me once a story about when he was talking to the engineer and the turbine didn't work, and then we couldn't listen to our favourite radio show together. But maybe we could use Strat's water device to try and turn the paddles. If we can gather enough, if there's a big flash flood, maybe that's enough just to get it ticking over a little bit, possibly. I don't know, that could be an option.
I had actually been thinking about how I could use the paddles to make some sort of like really basic generator that we could hook up. Because there's 2 paddles on this boat.
There's 2 paddles.
Right? So I could make one of them can remain shelter, and then I could try and disconnect it. And then one of them could be a little. I did want to make a water wheel or some form of generator.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. Obviously, if you keep the structure where it is and use that option, then you're reliant on a really heavy rain to turn the paddle. But
Otherwise, we could help.
Well, that's
push.
Was kind of more my thing. I wanted to like hook up some sort of pulley so we could manually turn it for.
Maybe we could save some of the coconut oil to grease the the cogs. So I think we need to try and get one of the paddles turning in some way. And I think components-wise, everything we need appears to be on the ship already. The only thing that seems to be missing is when Natalie imagined it wasn't real, and it vanished. And so we're going to try and imagine it fully functioning. And I think we've got to try and get that singular paddle turning. And I reckon between the 4 of us and maybe some animal friends, we might be able to sort something out. So that's my plan. I sort of relay my little story about the power going out on the steamboat up the Rhine, and how the generators stopped turning when the paddles stopped moving. So we've got to get the paddles moving. I can see you're rigging up some sort of little water thing. Water seems to be useful. Maybe we could grease the cogs. But yes, getting the paddles moving might start to create a bit of a spark that we could use.
I think I'm going to need resources and tools.
What do you think you'll need?
I don't know, whatever I can get, really. But all I have at the moment is a machete, which is useful. But if I'm going to turn this thing here into some sort of generator, that's a big job.
Yeah.
I think we need to see if we can salvage anything. Maybe if we find something salvageable, from the boat that went down. Maybe there's easier ways of doing this.
Go back to the shoreline. Have a look.
It's worth a go.
I agree.
Even if it just helps us find a plan B, because otherwise that's a lot of... we're putting everything on to try and getting a radio of a ship that disappeared. Half disappeared. Normal things, not a problem. I'd like to have a plan B rather than relying purely on this terrifying mystery ship.
Absolutely, and I'm going to go a little trip down to the seaside and see if I can do some fishing.
Fishing would be great.
Get some fish. Mm-hmm. I'll make a little hook and some bait. I'll sing some worms out of the ground. and we'll...
If we've got the bamboo type trees and stuff around, then you could probably do spearfishing instead of rod fishing.
More of a fly fisherman myself, but we'll give it a go. Yes, sure, we'll try that. Mm-hmm. Right, so I'll go to the seaside, try and get some fish, and if I find any cogs and whirly bits.
Mm-hmm. How about I come with you and help look for things? Because last time you went by yourself, you got covered in bees.
Bees. Yes, they were aggressive bees.
They were, weren't they?
I didn't mean to be mean.
Natalie, what are your plans? Because I don't want us to... I don't know where Josh is.
No, I don't know where he is.
He's gone away again. I think it's a good idea for us to stay pretty close. Like, there's clearly danger on this island, and if we're to survive, I think we're doing better as a team.
No, I would agree with you. I was thinking about maybe going back to that meadow and seeing if I could get any of the rabbits, but...
I mean, at least we know what meadow's about now.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing, hopefully, that's going to surprise you.
I know where the bees are. I can steer clear of them. We have honey for now. I don't want any more honey.
As long as we know where everyone is, so long as we're not going into uncharted territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, something I was thinking about. The ship, is it... I want to find something where I can start in the shelter on the wall of the ship, marking down a hand-drawn map of the stuff we know, so that everybody, so we can keep track of everything we have found on the island.
Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're able to do that. You're able to etch that on the side of the steamer.
Cool. I'll leave whatever the etcher is. As we find stuff, add it to the boat.
Cool.
All right.
Would you like help with the rabbits first, and then we'll go to the seaside after you've done your building?
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
If you're happy to come with. Yeah.
And Josh, do we just leave him?
He's often been a wild card, that one.
But of course. Some sticks pointing on the map to the field.
Good idea.
Because we're going to have to come back through this area before going to the beach anyway.
Yeah.
So we can always change it to point to the beach.
That's a really good idea. If we have the map and then there's something on the map to say this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's a really smart plan. Then we know at least where everybody's trying to go if we do split up.
Yeah.
And I'll make little pictures of us all using beetles. I'll make little pictures of us and we can stick one on there. That's where you are. That's where you are. That's where Clive's in the sea.
You've made the Weasley clock from Harry Potter.
So
in the meantime, what's Josh been doing?
In the meantime, I've been just hiding out of sight from everybody, having heard everything they've just said. And I sort of stand up. I've been holding one of those large palm fronds in my hands. No other attempt to hide myself. I've just been holding one in front of me, and I stand up and I hold it to one side and I say, I heard everything. I was practicing hiding.
Oh, Josh, we had no idea you were there.
Yes. And you can see overnight my trousers are gone because I've taken the elastic off, so I'm just standing in my underwear, and I've taken some of the mud from the mudslide and sort of smeared it in what I think is a tribal fashion underneath my eyes in two long strips. And I stare at them all. I say,
I get my old handkerchief out and I just...
No, take a step away. Take a step away from him. And I say, so you're going to go to the meadow, then to the beach.
Yeah.
I was going to head north and explore.
Okay.
We know there's a volcano, but we don't know what's between us and the volcano. There could be anything over there. I think we need to know what's in our immediate vicinity before we get too comfortable.
Okay.
There could be a motorway service station just north of us for all we know. There obviously won't be, but we need to see what's over there. And we need to know that if lava starts to pour down, what it's got to get through first before it gets to us. Agreed?
I think that's an excellent idea.
Yes.
What I'm not convinced about is you going on your own.
Yeah.
Negativity.
How about I come eat with you?
I think I work better on my own.
How about I let you go a little bit ahead and leave and just follow on?
Yes. That's an idea I like. You can come with. Let's do that. So why don't we split up? We'll go north, you guys go east to the meadow.
So you're rabbiting, and I will follow Josh.
I still keep hold of my pump.
Yeah, like a parent that's following on, allowing their child enough freedom to feel like they're being independent, but at a distance where if anything goes wrong, I can attempt to.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Merely Roleplayers. In this season, Vikki, Dave, Ellen, Alex, Nat, Strat, Starkey and Josh all play themselves, sort of, in a game designed and run by Matt. Like most of our games, this one's powered by the apocalypse. You can find more games in this genre at apocalypse-world.com/pbta. If you enjoy the programme, let us know with a review or rating on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Listen Notes, or wherever you do your listening. You can also find us on Twitter at Merely Roleplay and at facebook.com/Merely Roleplayers. Merely Roleplayers is an independent production in association with Blackshaw Theatre Company. Join us for more drama next episode. I think you can do this.
Doesn't take instinct or intellect.
I think, of course, we can do it because I think, as Dave originally stated, piss shirt, bend buttons.
Oops.